How do you incorporate STEM into your teaching?
So STEM is a big thing where I'm at right now. We in our science department works really well with our tech team and our math department, and we create projects. So what we like to do is we take a problem in the world. So we say, what's going on in the world right now and what do we want to address? So maybe clean water, for example. And what we do is we present that problem to students and we say, let's figure out a solution. And then through STEM and through the design process, students create a prototype on how they can address that world problem. So it's something that we do every year, and super cool projects. Some students created last year a bicycle that when you rode it, it would generate power to help provide electricity in certain parts of the world.
How did you hear about our school?
That's a really good question. I actually knew about Santa Barbara Middle School before even knowing anybody that was here. And it was kind of just through word of mouth that people talked about how cool it was, the outdoor trips that they did, and the fact that it was a school dedicated toward these middle school years. And then after that, slowly but surely, I got to know some people that worked here. I know Kara, I know Eric Edwards, Maida. It's a good group of people here.
How are your teaching and administrative skills connected?
Well, I actually think that whether you're an administrator or a teacher, you're always teaching. Adults are always teaching kids, either by leading by example or finding teachable moments. When can we talk about important things about life? So I actually think that they're not two different things. I think that when you're an administrator, you're always a teacher. And that's why I think it's so important to kind of provide those safe spaces for students so that they feel comfortable and open to learning.
Tell us about your greatest desire for the school.
I think that you guys have a lot of great stuff already going on. And I think maintaining your unique culture and the community that you've built would be my greatest desire, to maintain that feeling that you already have.
You said, I define learning as a continuous process of increasing, exploring, and sharing knowledge and skills through experience, exploration, investigation, study, and teaching. How do you bring this philosophy into our classroom and into the bike trips?
Great question. And actually, I'm reading that. That's kind of a long sentence. Maybe you guys need to analyze that in one of your English classes. But I think what's really important is that, for me, learning isn't about your teacher telling you information. It's about students exploring information together collaboratively. And so it looks like in the classroom, the teacher being much more of a facilitator of learning. And because I feel so passionately about exploring and getting real world, real life experiences, that's why I love when students step outside and they're not confined by the walls of a classroom, and that they learn by exploring the world, by exploring their backyard, by exploring their community. And that's something that I want to make sure happens here, that you guys are given that opportunity to always be exploring and not just being receivers of information.
And our last question is, if you could give us one homework assignment, what would it be?
Read. Just read. I'm a big fan of reading books. I love books. I just finished the book 13 Reasons Why, which I know probably a lot of you read or saw on the Netflix. Maybe you also read the book. But reading gives you skills for life and gives you skills in much more than just your language arts class. It's a skill that you can use if you become a scientist, a mathematician, an engineer, whatever it is that you want to do, reading's going to need to be there. So I think developing a love for reading now is really important. So read.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.